Hello kids, how are you? I'm back with my one more video. In our last two videos, we have learned about simple future tense and simple present tense. Now, we are going to learn about simple past tense. So, a simple past tense tells us that an action or an event has already taken place in the past. For example, they ran fast. He lived in Mumbai. In these two sentences, ran and lived are the two verbs which have changed their forms from present tense to past tense and indicate that the action has already been done in the past. Now, let us see the formation of such sentences. Subject plus V2 plus the rest of the sentence. What is V2, children? V2 is the past form of the verbs. Now, let us learn some of the spelling rules which are applicable for the regular verbs. They help us in changing them from present tense to past tense. The first spelling rule says the base form of the verb plus ed. Now let us see what is a base form. For example, play. Here in the base form, we need to add ed. So, the word which we get in the past tense is played. Watch plus ed, it becomes watched in past tense. Now, coming to the second rule. Here, there are few verbs which end in E. For example, close and like. Do you think we can add ed to such words and make them past tense? No, it is incorrect. Instead of adding ed, we should only add d to such verbs which end in e. For example, close plus d becomes closed. Like plus d becomes liked. Now, moving to the third rule. The third rule says that the verbs ending in a consonant plus y at the end of the verb. For example, study or carry. Here, the y which comes at the end changes into I and ed is added to the verb to make it past tense. For example, study. Here, the y which is at the end of the verb will change into I. Add ed to the verb which makes the past form as studied, and the spelling is studied. Let us take one more example, carry. Here also you can see the ending letter is y and before it r is there, and r is a consonant. So, we need to change y into I and we are going to add ed. So, the past form becomes carried. And the spelling is CARRIED. Now let us take at the fourth rule. Verbs ending in a single consonant plus second last letter is a vowel. For example, stop or plan. In these verbs, the last consonant letter doubles itself, and then we need to add ed. Let us see how to do it. Stop, S-T-O-P, stop. The last alphabet is P, which is a consonant, and before it O is there, which is a vowel. So, in this case, the last alphabet, that is P, will double itself. Then we will add ed, which makes the word as stopped, S-T-O-P-P-E-D. And this is the past form of stop. Let us see one more example. Plan. Here, in plan, N will double itself and we shall add ed. So, the verb becomes planned, P-L-A-N-N-E-D. But children, this was all about regular verbs. There are few verbs which are irregular. Let us see. As you know, Shinchan is very naughty. There are few irregular verbs which are very naughty and they do not follow any rules. Let us see how they are written in their past form. Begin becomes began in its past form. Then make becomes made. And eat becomes ate in its past form. Okay, children, see this cat. It is very lazy. Similarly, there are some verbs which stay the same even though the action is completed in past, such as cut remains cut. Put remains as put. Today we have learnt about simple past tense. Keep learning and stay healthy. Bye-bye, children.